Hello everyone, how is everyone doing today? And today we are going to be talking about Capricorn. Now I just want to let everybody know that I am going to be pulling out and having like all of the videos come out this week. So all of the rest of the signs will come out this week by Saturday, Sunday, probably a little bit earlier. I've been channeling and scribing for all of the signs, and I have a lot of information for you guys. Some of you more than others. A lot of you had like really great, Julys, and we're still in July right now, and you're going to have even great, August, September, October going forth. So I am asking those types of questions as well. For all those of you who are new to my channel, this is White Iris Intuitive. I am White Iris, and I just want to thank all of you for coming to my channel today, and for being here for the reading, the tarot card reading, and the channeling for Capricorn for this month and beyond for 2025. A lot of great information for you, Capricorn. So, as always, all of the information about me and about personal readings, personal cleansings, or healings in the description box below, as well as payment. And also I have recommended readers in the description box below. And because I'm not everyone's cup of tea, and that's perfectly okay. Not everyone's gonna like me, not everyone's gonna like my style or how I do it, but I have other readers that have different styles than I do, that I do recommend, that are really great. So if I'm not your cup of tea, just take a look, scroll down to the bottom and see what other channelers I recommend, and see if maybe one of them is more your style. To me, it doesn't matter where you get the message from, as long as you use your discernment and you make sure that the message is really for you. Now, with these messages are timeless. Remember to take whatever is not a part of what you're going through. If you don't recognize any of the message in here, it's perfectly okay. This message might not be for you, Capricorn. This is a general Capricorn reading, and it could be for you and it might not be for you. There could be a couple of things that you might say, yeah, that's something I'm going through, and other things where you might say, no, that's not me. That could be something that's going to be coming up in the future for you as well. So with that being said, remember to have discernment in all of the readings that you watch, and make sure that when you are watching these readings, you're not obsessively watching them, and also, you're not sitting there just like hyperventilating from all the information that's coming at you. Okay. So with that being said, Capricorn, it was just 2 pages, not a lot for you, Capricorn. A lot of things that I saw with you is it's like you're going through a transition right now. In your past, you had impulse issues, high expectations, but you didn't have the work ethic there for whatever it is that you wanted to come to fruition, whatever it is that you were trying to do. Immediately in the present, I do see that you are starting to have like a transition period. You're starting to do better with your work ethic. You are working on the yin and yang, on your spirituality as well as your personal health, and you're starting to let go of that ego and let go of no longer serves you. So I do see that your endeavors are going to bring forth a victory, and you will have recognition for everything that you've done. I do see good fortune for you. The star came up, the star, faith, purpose, renewal. So whatever it is that you're doing, it's like a new you. Whatever it is that you're doing right now, keep doing that. Whether it's you're manifesting, you're meditating, whatever it is, keep going with the flow, keep doing it. And remember, one of the themes that came up a lot was teamwork. So if this is work related, remember that you have a team. You didn't do it by yourself. Recognize your team. Be the type of leader that is in the trenches with your team, and let them know that anything that you're willing to tell them to do, you know how to do it, and you're willing to do it yourself. Okay? You don't lead from a pedestal. You need to lead from within the trenches with your team, and give them the recognition that they deserve. Just like the way you like recognition and you want to be recognized for your work, you need to recognize your team as well. Okay? That's the only way you're going to have success. Remember, so there I go. I said it before I even looked down at the paperwork about your teamwork. Now, I do see that you might be traveling soon. So I see planning, preparation, a lot of decisions that need to be made before you travel. I don't know if it's like coming up now. I feel like you have travel plans coming up now, but you also have travel plans later on. So I don't know if these of those that's something that you are already planning, but I do see more travel plans going on. So I see a lot of decisions and like, okay, well, I'm leaving this time, this place, but then when I come back, I got to do XYZ because then I have to go to that place for you. So a lot of traveling that I see for you as well, Scorpio. I mean, Capricorn. I apologize. Now, I also felt like you are, with the work that you're doing, you are attracting an emperor or an empress. So if you're a guy, girl, it doesn't matter. I see as soul vibes. So even if it's same sex, it doesn't matter. There's always one soul that vibes more female than male. I see an emperor or an empress coming your way. If you are attracting an emperor and empress, you are supposed to be in your emperor or empress mode. If you are not and you're still doing the work, make sure that you do the work that is necessary so that when that does come in, you guys are in the same mirror. When you are mirroring each other, you are either on the right path or you could be on the wrong path. You could be with a karmic and you're mirroring each other because you still need to learn lessons. So if you don't want to keep learning lessons, I suggest that you do what you need to do so that when that soulmate, twin flame, whatever you want to call it, when that person comes in, when you are mirroring each other, it's all about teamwork, abundance, love, all of the positive things. You need to be on the same vibrational level. If you're like this, that's not good. Okay, don't bring that person in if you are not going to match that person at a high vibrational level, because that person is at a high vibrational level right now. Okay. Now, health-wise, I see digestive issues that may be affecting your kidneys. You need to eat healthier. You need to drink more water. You also need to try to do a parasite cleanse or not an inflammation, a mucus cleanse. And there's a lot of different products out there that you can do that with. I recommend Dr. Sebi a lot. And I believe his wife now has a website with his information. And they do sell certain products. I know of people who have used it and say that it's very, very good. Okay. But you can start small. You can look things up online, see how you can, do a parasite cleanse at home, do an inflammation cleanse at home, things like that. Get rid of the excess mucus in your body. Stay away from sugary drinks and stay away from alcohol. For some reason, very, very big this month. A lot of the messages had a lot to do with staying away from alcohol because you're just doing harm to yourself, basically, is what they're saying. All right. So, Capricorn. Let me put this over here. And I want to see what other oracle messages we have for Capricorn. Nothing in a lot of questions, which was fine. I mean, it was like straight to the point. So I didn't have not a lot of open-ended questions that were left for you, which is pretty good. But I did have for other signs. Wow, this is actually a card. I was going to pull this deck out, which is the Yin and Yang deck. And this card I noticed was in the wrong section with another deck, and it says karma, balance, weighing things out, cause and effect choices, wants to make things right. So this is what I was talking about with that person that's coming in. Make sure that you are at the correct energetic and vibrational level in your life so that you're not making this a karmic situation where you guys are now learning lessons again. You don't want to bring this person down from the vibrational level that they're at, okay? You'd be doing more harm than good to this person. And I see summer as a timing card, activity, goals, and progress, life force, energy, new terms. It even says new pet. So you might be thinking about a new pet or you've already gotten a new pet. But I see a lot of things coming up in the summer for you. You just, like I said, you're just getting recognition at work and things like that, which is really great. But I see more things down the line. Fate, fortune, Wheel of Fortune and karma cycles, divine intervention, and divine detours. So again, with divine intervention, divine detours, and fate, make sure, and karma and cycles, make sure you're not entering into another karmic cycle with this person. So they're telling you to like think very, very long and hard before you enter into a relationship, because they want to make sure that you're where you need to be. Oh wow, okay. Loss and wounding. Yeah, so you're not feeling enough in that aspect, and you feel like you're being left out in the cold. If you feel that loss still from an older relationship, if you're still working through it, this is not the time to call someone new into your life. It is not their job to save you. It is your job to save yourself. Okay, trust in divine timing. Greater forces are at play, so release control. Go with the flow of whatever it is that you're thinking. I always say that whatever the universe has for us is so much greater than what we can even imagine. I don't think about or worry about when that person's coming into my life, because I know that the universe has an even better way of that person coming through. Now, I do like manifest and think of how I would feel, but I try not to go into scenarios of, XYZ can happen or things like that, because whatever they have for me, whatever they have planned is always going to be so much greater. And that doesn't mean that you don't have control. It just means that you can do the manifesting, you can do all that. Just let go of the control. Go with the flow. The journey is much more important than the outcome. That's another theme for a lot of the signs right now as well. The journey that you're going on is so much better than the outcome that you can think of, because the outcome that the universe has for you is going to be 100 times, 1,000 times better. External party, karmic partners, and situations. And this can be friends or family, work, other people, obligations. Again, with the karmic, you need to stay away from that. And watching and spying. So someone is gathering information on you. This can be an envious person. This could be somebody at work, I hear, that is envious of your triumphs and the things that you've done. Stay away from that person. And not everybody's your friend, and you don't need to give everybody all of the information of what's going on in your life, whether it's at work or it's about your home life. And structure and foundations. So there is someone that wants to build a foundation with you, but they need to have that balance. So if you're not at that balance, you need to start building it. Slow and steady. You need to start forming that balance, forming that higher vibrational state, being in that state of always knowing that you are abundant, getting out of the loss mentality, the fear mentality, things like that, okay? All right, let's see, Capricorn. Let's see, what other deck should we use? I just want to mix these up here. We're going to do the Repair, Revolution, and Growth cards. Ooh. Awakening and Expansion. This card was actually flipped over. That's why I'm taking it out. Not usually something that happens like the other one. And I don't use these cards in between. When I'm done with the cards, I'm done, and I always make sure they go into the right place. You've been receiving messages that it's time for your soul to expand beyond the 3D, Capricorn. You are an old soul that is here to do many great things. You have come to realize this through doing the hard work and merging with your higher self. There's no going back at this time, okay, Capricorn? Enjoy the new way of being, and by having acceptance and inner peace, you'll be moving forward. Okay. What else does Capricorn need to know, team? What else does Capricorn need to know? Letting go and resistance. So it's another card about letting go and letting go of all of the lack and the fear that you have. The cycle has ended, and it's time to let go to experience new growth. It is vital to have closure and gratitude for the situation to make room for new things to enter. Go within to find what is holding you back. Change is necessary in this situation. Change of lack mentality, change of fear mentality, all of those things need to change. You need to change the victimhood mentality if you're going through victimhood as well, because The only thing that you're going to do if you continue to stay in that is that you are going to destroy that person that's supposed to be here to be your equal. And you don't want that. All right. And that person has gone through a lot of work to get to where they are. So don't ask for that person to come forth if you're not ready, please. Nature therapy, grounded. Your soul loves to connect and be one with nature. A beautiful healing takes place when you are grounded and center yourself within the earth. Being in nature has a way of restoring what has been lost and bringing back to your center. I suggest that one of the trips that you make, maybe to a national park. If you can't make a long trip, go hiking. Try to ground yourself. Try to walk barefoot in the grass, things like that. Thank the elements. Thank Mother Nature. Thank, Gaia for everything that you have. Hug a tree. They feel it. Talk to the trees. Talk to the to all the flora and the fauna as well. Okay, let's see. What does Capricorn need to know? Spirit to know. What does Capricorn need to know? I hear do the work. Leadership in forefront. You have the opportunity to take the lead. It may be at work, personal, or family situations. You have the wisdom and the knowledge to do what is best at this time. No more playing it safe and blending in with the pack. Shine your light and speak your truth. So again, with the work that you're doing, and I believe this is more work than anything else, the work that you're doing, getting the recognition, things like that. And remember that even when you're at work, that's still kind of like a family. Like your team is your family when you're at work. So you want to make sure that as you get recognized, you recognize your team as well. And old wounds and patterns. Again, this is the third card that we get about talking about old wounds and patterns. You need to get out of that, Capricorn. We attract what we need to heal. Listen to this. Often we find ourselves attracting the same type of people or situations that are not the best for us. Until we choose to find the common denominator of what we need to heal and release it, the cycle will continue. Go within to heal the pain, layer by layer, to find joy again. And this can take time. Look, what is for you will always be for you and will always find you. It's all about, as the other card said, divine timing. And all divine timing is when you do the work to raise yourself up to the vibration where that is, you raise yourself to the vibration to where what you want is, because they're at a certain vibration. So you need to raise yourself to that vibration to meet that, okay? And balance is needed in relationships. Make sure that all of your relationships are equal and balanced with giving. Guys, what am I saying? What am I talking about? Make sure that you are balanced so that you can give equal and balanced giving and receiving in the relationship. If they are out of rhythm, then the other is sacrificing and can't sustain itself. Therefore, it will create more obstacles to overcome. Know you are worthy and deserve respect in all ways. If it's not a balance giving and receiving, and you're expecting the other person to sacrifice for you, then you're not equals. It is not a balanced relationship. And remember that love is not about sacrifice. Love is not about pain or about suffering either. What else does Capricorn need to know? What else does Capricorn need to know? Hold on. There's a card in here that's upside down. And I always make sure my cards are right side up. Okay. So I'm going to take these two. These two are going to be the last ones in this deck. Partnerships and support. You're being guided to reach out to former partnerships and alliances to expand your vision and perspectives. Take this time to see who comes into your life that is offering to assist you with your endeavors. Asking for help often leads to accomplishing your goals more quickly. And then we have Radiant Goddess Acceptance. And like I said before, I see an emperor or an empress. You're manifesting that into your life. And now we see the goddess. The goddess will accept you. or you can be the goddess, either or. You are an amazing goddess, ready to fully understand how significant you are. Tap into your power by owning your beauty and potential, and not by making any apologies for it. And one of the things that I always say is be so unapologetically, unconditionally in love with yourself that those who come to you need to either raise their vibrations and meet you at that vibration, or they need to walk away. Because you will not allow anyone to lower your vibration, to hurt you, or to expect you to sacrifice for them. There is nothing wrong with being in love with yourself, being unapologetically, unconditionally in love with yourself. That is a very high vibrational state. And when you're at that higher vibrational state is when you will then attract that emperor or that empress, the goddess that you're looking for. So let's go with the Warriors of Light. So this is the Light Workers Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. Let's see. What does Capricorn need to know? The Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits and your soul tribe. So it's all coming together for you. You're doing the work. I see that you're doing the work. You do have those moments of where you go back and forth, but those moments are very small. So it's something that you are working through, and you're getting yourself to where you need to be. And keepers of the earth, you're not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. All right, Capricorn. What does Capricorn need to know? And I see like light beings like around you, like almost forming a circle, being with you. The other day I was walking my dog, and this has happened to me a couple of times this week, and as we were walking, a butterfly was on like a bush, and it came off the bush, and just we're walking and it's flying around me, like completely around me, and I was like, oh, okay. So I kind of it feels like that, like they're always surrounding you wherever you go and whatever you're doing. Speak to your ancestors, because they're there for you for a reason. They're there to help you. They're there to help you with manifesting. They're there. Give them a job. They will help you with whatever it is that you need. Mirror. Who or what is triggering you? Again, with triggering. Align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change. And look, it's like a mirror that's broken. So what is it in your life that is not aligned? What is it in your life? This is, I think, the fourth card that has come up about that. What is it in your life that needs to change? Remember, the only constant in life is change. So if you don't like change, you're going to have to get used to it, because change is what gets us to the next vibrational state. Change is what gets us to get out and release those old patterns, and to get us to the next level. Any more from this deck? Any more from this deck? Team, any more from this deck, team? What does Capricorn need to know? You're very guarded, Capricorn. Let me pull the messages from the Cosmic Oracle cards. It's like you want a reading, but you don't want a reading. Like you want to be read, but you don't want to be read. If that makes sense. Which is funny, because if you were more open, I would have so much more information for you. And I get that a lot. I get a lot of people that do that they all want a reading, but it's like, okay, if you're not going to be open to the reading, you want a reading, but you're not open to the reading, I can't read. There's only so much the spirit will tell me. And I mean, I can always talk to your higher self, but this is a collective, so there isn't one higher self for the entire collective. Everybody has their higher self. So let's see. What does Capricorn need to know? Come on, guys. Let's open up a little bit. What does Capricorn need to know? What does Capricorn need to know? Remember that it's okay to be happy. It really is. There's nothing wrong with being happy. Don't try to be that person that's like, oh, well, that so-and-so is going through this, so I need to be. No, you don't. Let your feelings out. Another one. All of them, even the ones that scare you. So Sometimes that's the only way to get through things. Sometimes you need a really good cry, a really good like yell. You can go somewhere where you can maybe throw axes or break things and throw things and yell at things. Ooh. Look around and find some signs the universe is speaking to you. That's great, because that's kind of like what I was talking about with the butterfly flying around me. And it was like for probably like 10 steps. And then it kind of flew back to over to the bush where it was at. But it's happened to me a couple of different times. And those are all signs. So look for the signs. Stay present. That's where life happens. Don't worry about the past. The past is in the past. Remember that there were lessons. Make sure that you work through those lessons and release everything that no longer serves you. Worrying about the future, worrying about the what ifs is just going to drive you crazy. The present is where you need to be. If you're always worrying about the future or worrying about what happened in the past, you're going to end up not living your life in the present. Okay, let's see. Take responsibility for your choices. This is your own life to live, so own it. And that's more talking about, as I said before, if you have the lack mentality or the fear mentality, a lot of people use that as a crutch to not live their life or to not move on. Well, I'm like this because this happened to me. Well, it happened to you 40 years ago. Like, it's time to move on. If you haven't learned the lesson that you were supposed to learn at that time, I mean, a lot of times these people like that are just not going to change, and that can happen. But you need to work through these things, and so that you can let them go. Release what no longer serves you. Something that happened 40 years ago is not serving you right now in the present. The only thing it's doing is holding you hostage. You're allowing these people and these situations to live rent-free in your head and be in control of your life. So this isn't when you say, well, I'm like this because of this, you are still giving that person control over your life. You're still giving that situation control over your life. So you need to let that stuff go. No one controlling my life. I let that shit go a long time ago. So it needs to go. Work through it. Do the work. Do whatever it is that you need to do, but let it go. Clear your mental and physical clutter. You will feel so much better and so much lighter too. I want one more card from this deck, please. One more card from this deck. Listen to your body and do what it's asking of you. Okay? Which is what I was talking about, what came up with your digestive system, and that it could be affecting your kidneys. If you're feeling pain, if you're feeling like you have indigestion, things like that, it's time to take stock of what you're doing to your body. It's time, either you're eating to give your body what it needs, nourishment, and to be healthy, or what you're eating is killing it slowly. So you have to take stock of what you're doing. And I don't see that it's like a serious thing. What I see is that you need to do better with your food. You need to drink more water, coconut water even. You need electrolytes. You need to make sure that you are either cleansing yourself from like parasites, toxins, also cleansing your body of inflammation, mucus, things like that. So look those things up, okay? What else does Capricorn need to know right now? Let's see. I'm going to pull the Christ Consciousness deck, and then I'll probably pull Mary Magdalene, and those will be the last two. What does Capricorn need to know? Christ Consciousness? Okay, this is a lot of cards. Am I keeping all of these cards? Yes, so they're telling me yes. That's a lot of cards. Wow. Okay, so we have Joseph of Arimathea, trailblazer, and innovative. So you are a trailblazer. You are innovative in whatever it is that you do. Have discernment in truth and clarity. So just have discernment, as I was saying when I first started, in everything that you do and everything that you see, things like that. If what you're watching or what you're reading is giving you I mean, for lack of a better word, bad vibes, if it's making you feel nervous or whatever, then you need to put that down. The Magi, signs and divine timing, again with divine timing, and the signs. Sacred sexuality, healing, and connection. So the person that you will bring forth, you will have a sacred connection, a sacred sexuality. You will be healing each other within your connection. It's a sacred union, just like the sacred union of Mary Magdalene and Jesus. And then we have return to innocence and purity. Return to, and you know what this is about, return to innocence and purity. Let your childhood, let that kid out. Let that kid out and do what it needs to do. Anything else from this deck? Okay. That one is on the floor. So give me one moment. Wow. So I have sisterhood, the feminine way. And this can be for either or, male or female. Remember that in the beginning, what was worshipped was the mother in the womb. So it's calling you back to the feminine way, to sisterhood. All right, so I'm going to do the Mary Magdalene deck. This will be the last one. And I just want to see if we're going to do a healing today as well. I know it's not always on all of them that there's a healing. And they're telling me no. Gosh, you're so straightforward, Capricorn. It's like, yeah, I don't want that. But some Capricorns might want it. They're like, no. This is going to be short and sweet. Ascension, farther up is farther in. So the higher your vibration, the higher you go within, because the more work you're going to do within yourself. That's a lot of cards. Are we keeping all of these? Yes. So they're saying yes. So we have beloved. Love never ends. 100% true. Soul work. I am in service of love. So you need to do your soul work. You are doing it. I see you doing it. And I understand it's not going as fast as you might want. But remember, what is for you will be there at the correct time. And the soul is free. I am not bound to anything. Remember that you are a soul having a human experience on this planet. Think of yourself in that light. Because you can do anything and you can manifest anything and you can get to where you need to go at any time that you want. You are the only one blocking you. One more card, please. The second power. I trust in what my soul desires. Okay. Amazing. All right. Now, are we going to go with a different deck? Because they're telling me that they don't want a healing, which I would love to do a chakra healing for you, Capricorn. But the messages that I'm getting is, and I hear a flood of voices saying, yeah, I don't need that. I don't need a chakra healing. I don't want that. I don't need that. So, excuse me. But I want to use one more deck for you guys then. What other deck should I use, team? The moon deck. Okay, and this is the Moonology by Yasmin Boland. So this will be the last deck. Okay, guys. What does Capricorn need to know? What does Capricorn need to know? Yeah, I was going to do another one of the readings today, but you guys are so strong. I'm just going to leave that for tomorrow. And I'll do the next sign tomorrow. Let's see. What does Capricorn need to know? What does Capricorn need to know, guys? Believe in the impossible, the blue moon. You got to believe that you can do it. That belief has to be in your heart 100%. Surrender to the divine. This is all like clarification of what we're talking about. This is all going to be clarification, guys. Nothing will come of this situation. Are we keeping these? Conclusions are within reach. A personal issue reaches conclusion. And you can see that these are all full moons, and this is a new moon. A new start is coming, Capricorn. One more card for Capricorn, please. Oh, wow. One more card for Capricorn, please. Are we keeping all of these? Yeah. Work through your fears. You and your loved ones are safe. So you don't have to be afraid of that. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Another one. And that's a moon in Capricorn. The end of a tough cycle approaches, and have faith in your dreams, Capricorn. All confirmation. Have faith. You're doing the work. You're getting to where you need to go. Thank you very much. You have confirmation on top of confirmation of everything. Is that it for Capricorn today? I'm hearing, yes, that's it. We're good. Wow, you guys are straight to the point. You don't want to hear anything else. You're so funny. I want to use one more deck because I feel like it's so short. And they're telling me no, I don't need to use any more decks. You guys are good. All right, Capricorn, I'm going to leave you there. I'm going to listen to what you're telling me, that you don't need anything else. That's fine if that's how you want it. I'm not going to push it. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for paying attention to this reading, and for all of you that are subscribed to the channel. And remember to hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button as well. I really would appreciate it. All right. Thank you guys. You have a great day, Capricorn. Enjoy.